Now, I've told y'all again in my review, one of the issues I had with the movie was that a lot of the visual effects didn't work for me. Sometimes they did, sometimes they worked, sometimes I thought they were fine, sometimes I thought they were pretty cool to see. I liked the visual effects when Flash was running. Not a fan of Flash running, but I liked the visual effects while Flash was running. But there were some things. Now, here's the thing. The baby shower scene, I was not as critical about that. I didn't really care. I thought it was fine. I didn't have a problem with it. But apparently some people did have a problem with it, because obviously I won't spoil it. Obviously, you can't do what the movie tried to do with real babies, right? You can't do it. And obviously it would look dumb if you used baby dolls, So there had to be some visual effects in there. Now, again, I didn't have the biggest problem with it. But other people did. I had other issues in the third act with that version of the VFX. But despite some of the visual effects being terrible, some of them were just terrible. I mean, some of them looked unpolished. Some of them looked like Warner Brothers was like, you know what? We're not going to pay the rest of this tab. Nah, don't worry. Just give it to us uncooked. Like, they just did not care. And I think that for a lot of them, they just felt as though it was fine to just go ahead and leave it the way it was, because the fan service was going to be enough. However, it seems as though we have a better answer, because the director, Andy Muschietti, has actually responded to this whole thing about the VFX looking weird and poor and all that. And I'm going to do my best to avoid spoilers here. But apparently all that was intentional. Yes, according to the director, the Flash visual effects that baffled viewers, the director says they are intended to look a little weird to you. They are intended to look that way. All right. It says here, the idea, of course, is we were in the perspective of the Flash, Muschietti said. Everything is distorted in terms of lights and textures. We enter this water world, which is basically being in Barry's point of view. It was part of the design. So if it looks a little weird to you, that was intended. Sir, I believe that is cap. Stop playing with us, sir. Are you kidding me? Them boo-boo, gutter booty trash VFX were intentional? Are you kidding me? Bro, stop it. Stop it. Let me okay. I'm going to take this from two different angles. One, I've already told y'all, all y'all had to do was let the VFX people cook. Just let them cook, right? And there's no excuse for that. We've seen what happens when you don't let VFX cook, and you're going to get a lot of mediocre looking Marvel movies that have real bad VFX, like Ant-Man 3, for example, because y'all didn't let them do their thing, okay? So we see what happens when you don't let them work. We also know that it's entirely possible to get quality, not only animation like Across the Spider-Verse, but you can get good quality VFX when you let them do their thing, like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Great visual effects. They made it clean. It was polished. It worked. That's the one thing. We know what's possible. We know what's not. Let me address exactly what he was trying to say here. And this is actually something I tried to give him a little credit for. I tried to actually give him some credit here. Going back, and again, going to keep it spoiler free. No spoilers for people that haven't seen it yet. Right here in this shot in the movie, right? And I actually praised this because I thought it was pretty good. The Flash puts on his visors, right? And these visors that you see, that it's basically the little eye shields or whatever that he has, they have like this orange tint to them. And if you noticed all around, okay, all around, the tint of the world also turns into that orangey color as well. And I thought that that was actually a cool thing, right? The reason why I thought it was cool was because it was like, yo, this is actually kind of nice that it puts things, that it gives us the ability to be in the Flash's shoes. What Andy is trying to say here is the reason why in this scene all the VFX look blurry and googly and almost like he's underwater is because this is how the Flash sees the world. First of all, you didn't have to do that. Because if you have audiences that are sitting here like, why is this so terrible? Then that right there should have been the first sign that what you were trying to do, you couldn't accomplish. That was the first thing, right? Because as viewers of the audience, we can run next to the Flash, right? That's one thing. But to be in the Flash's shoes directly, that's not really necessary. But I understood where you were going by just changing the tint. But the issue that I have here is he's saying that because the Flash is, I guess, in hyperspeed or whatever, he goes ahead and he runs in the Speed Force and all of that. And this is how he sees the world. So in other words, the Flash sees the world almost like how you would look at things if you were underwater. The problem that I have with this is I feel like it's a direct contradiction to what is already established within the Flash. And what do I mean by that? If you know anything about the Flash, even if you watch the TV shows or even in the movie, the Flash literally has absolute control. I'm not making this up. This is established in the movie, in the comics, and in the TV. The Flash has absolute control of his molecular structure, which means the Flash can vibrate however he needs to vibrate, literally down to the molecule, which was a really cool scene. So the Flash can vibrate his molecules at whatever speed he wants. So in my opinion, I'm like, if the Flash can vibrate and control every molecule that he has, why is he still looking at the world all weird? Wouldn't he vibrate at a sense that while he's there as a speedster, everything would be just as fine? So, like, this excuse for the bad visual effects just does not add up to me. And again, it was not necessary. You could have just gotten away with just saying, oh, yellow visors. Okay, everything's in yellow. That's it. That's it. We don't need to be in Waterworld with the Flash. We don't have to. That's unnecessary. Hence, like I said, why all these people are sitting here like, why are these VFX so terrible? But then to sit here and say that was intentional, bro, stop the cap. Bro, just stop the cap. But anyway, I'm not buying it. I think it's a terrible excuse. Just say you messed up. Just say it, but I guess they're not going to admit that. Whatever. Because again, you have to also draw the line between where the story is happening and the audience is watching stuff. Why do I need to watch something that's blurry? Why? So let me ask you this. Let's take Andy's thinking and apply it further on. Let's say we watching Bird Box. Are we going to watch Bird Box like this? Is this how we going to watch Bird Box? Are y'all going to watch Bird Box just like this the whole time? This is Bird Box for y'all, according to Andy Muschietti. Is that how y'all going to watch the movie? God forbid we got to watch it from a blind person's perspective. Is that what y'all have to do? Because that's his logic right now. That's his logic. At some point, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we shouldn't do a couple things to be in relation with the character. You know how the difference is when the character's running fast and they're in slow-mo? That slow-mo is not for the camera. It's not for the character. It's for us. It's for us to see the character in what it looks like and what they're doing. But if we were to sit here and like be in fast motion with nothing would make sense. We would just see a bunch of blurs. Okay. So no, this was a bad decision. This was a bad decision. Talking about we gonna see what the Flash sees. I don't want to see what the Flash sees. Flash already ain't even all that good. No, I don't need to see that. Whew. Anywho, what do y'all think about this decision to make us see what they saw and then call that the intentional decision on the boo-boo VFX that we ended up seeing in the Flash? Y'all let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. This was just a segment of one of my live chats, and if you're interested in joining in on the next one, be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications for more. I've got more videos and reviews to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you all later.